welcome to the Inspire, Uplift, and Empower Soul Community. My name is Nuñez-LaMarre, and this week we're talking about responsibility and accountability. So when we answer the call of our soul, or when we hear the call of our soul, it can come in many different ways. And I want to make sure that that picture is clear for you. It can come in the way of being dissatisfied with different aspects of your life, whether that be work or relationships, or how much you do or do not get to travel. It can show up in the overs. It can show up in overworking, overgiving, overeating, overspending, overpleasing, all of the overs, overwatching TV, and that just really comes through as this part of you that is saying, like, I'm searching for more, I want more, I desire more. And it's looking for the more in the ways that you've been taught, in which society, culture, maybe family, or maybe even your church has taught you. And yet it doesn't fulfill you. And I get that because I was there. I was a workaholic. I worked all the time. And after a difficult situation, my whole life shifted. And I became responsible and accountable for my actions. I became responsible and accountable for how I showed up in the world. And to listen to the call of my soul and to start to heal. And that's really the accountability and responsibility that we have. Because if we don't, then we will continue to play out the same patterns, which cause strain in relationships, which cause us to overwork, which cause us to continue to achieve, and yet never feel the satisfaction that we so crave. And so if you're feeling that, if you want more, and yet you've tried so much and you don't feel that fulfillment, your soul is calling you to try something different. I believe it was Albert Einstein that said the definition of insanity is trying the same things over and over and expecting a different result. We can't continue in these cycles and expect for our lives to change. We must become responsible and accountable for how we show up in the world. We must become responsible and accountable for our behaviors and for our emotions and for our thoughts, for how we show up in the world. And in order to shift our thoughts, in order to understand and shift the emotions that we experience, we must be willing to choose a new way. Whatever that way looks like for you, you must ask your soul, what am I called to do? And you may not get an answer right away because there's so much chatter in your head about what needs to get done and what you need to do. In the morning, right when you wake up, instead of thinking about what you need to do, instead of turning to your phone, sit up, get quiet, and ask the question, what is my soul calling me to do? And as you continue to do this day in and day out, you will be given answers. You will be guided. We are always guided. We are always guided, always. And so as you're on this journey, you will be guided to take certain steps. And we must be accountable and responsible to take the aligned action that our soul is calling. And I want to be clear about something. When our soul calls us to do something, it may feel scary for some parts of us. But we know there's a part of us that knows it's of the greatest good. And that could be leaving a job. That could be taking another one. That could be leaving a relationship. That could be starting another one. Whatever that looks like in your life, we must trust the call of our soul. and take aligned action. So today I ask you, what can you be responsible for? How can you be accountable in shifting your own life? Where are you ready and willing, and maybe not even ready, but willing, because you want a different result, to make changes? I invite you to get curious about the cycles that you're in, about the relationship that you have with yourself, and about what you want your life to look like. And from there, start to imagine what it would be like if you shifted your life, if you allowed yourself to live more in alignment with your soul.